If you haven't got problems, I feel bad for your son. I got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one.
And welcome back to 99 Problems, but a Stitcher Ain't One. I'm Damian Harmony.
And I'm not. I'm still wearing my West Germany t-shirt.
That's fair. I'm still wearing the same You Gotta Carpe Those DMs t-shirt, so... Yeah, this is what happens when your sister knows that you're a Latin teacher and she makes you t-shirts, so...
You get your t-shirts made for you?
I do.
Quality,
My sister,
man.
she does that for me. I asked her if she would be willing to make merch for my OnlyFans, and she's kind of backing away now. So it's a darn shame. So, but okay. So welcome back. We are now talking not just about other ways that I can make money, but in fact the uncanny episode 8, where we discuss the worst 3 characters who are named characters. That are in this game. So, Iain, what if I want a team of the 3 worst named characters possible?
And that'd be quite easy to do, I think, because I think you get them quite easily, as you would expect. The better characters you need to pay for. Some of the worst characters in the game, they haven't always been the worst characters in the game either. Certainly at the start of the game, before he got a rework, quite recently for when the other Nazis come out. And where is he? Where's my good friend? My good blowing himself up friend. Not blowing himself off, blowing himself up friend. Crossbones.
He's one of the worst now.
He's not now. At the very start of the game, everyone wanted him. He was a great character, basically because he taunted, then he just blew the opposition up. So you always wanted to get rid of him. But then with the power creep, new characters coming in, better stats, he became an absolute joke character. Until recently, he's got his Nazi friends in, and yeah, he's actually not too bad. But some of the worst characters in the game, well, we can see him right. Well, I wasn't even going to mention him, but Bullseye. He is as squishy as you like. I think you can get him quite early on. Again, back in the day, he did do quite a decent bit of damage, but with the power creep, he's just as squishy as you like.
He's what we call, over here at least, a glass cannon.
A glass cannon, yes, certainly familiar with that phrase.
Oh, there you go. It does a ton of damage, and you can just smack him dead. So
absolutely. And another one, part of the Wakandan team, M'Baku, he basically does nothing. He's one to avoid. Although you do require Wakandans for the Red Star events, or sorry, the Silver and Gold promotion credit events.
Right.
The higher sort of gold stars you can get on Wakandans, the more currency of that currency that you can get. So unfortunately, I'm trying to build them up to 7 gold stars. A necessary evil.
And so the reason why, okay, I can understand Crossbones being a crap character because, I mean, he blows himself up, first of all. So there's just, at some point, he tips the scales in the wrong direction for himself.
He's got issues.
Yeah, he does. And frankly, in the comic books, he was always kind of a middling character. He's kind of proof that Captain America is a boring comic book. Like one of my favorite characters, also a very boring comic book. Because one of his main villains and rivals was Crossbones. Just not very exciting. And Bullseye, I completely understand. While in the comics he was exciting and fun, he was still a one-trick pony. A very deadly trick, but a one-trick pony nonetheless. M'Baku, I'm looking at him, and first off, he's a good guy, so I automatically like him more. And he's got mystic abilities, which is nice if you are farming mystic upgrades. But he also is a protector, and I'm just thinking there are so many other people who are stronger than the white gorilla that is M'Baku. that there's just so many more protectors out there that you have access to that are better. And unless he synergizes in a incredible way with other characters and brings out the best with them, he just feels very redundant.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And as there
Yeah.
are only currently 5 Wakandans, they're not all on the Wakandan team. Shuri and Killmonger can be used on a merc team. In war, certainly, they're very effective there. Well, Killmonger has got another couple of tags. He's skill and military, I think.
Yep.
He might
Yep.
not be military.
He is. And he's global.
And he's global, so he can fit on a bunch of other teams. No one uses Wakandans anymore. Even Black Panther's got the Avengers tag. But he is just really squishy as well. Sort of early game Wakandans, if you've got them to a decent level, might do something for you, but not really. There are ones to avoid without a doubt. But certainly the worst one, and it's worrying that I'm having to go quite a bit up my roster to get to her. Yondu gets an honourable mention. He used to be good back in the day, but he has really dropped off. But poor old Nebula.
Oh, see, Yondu strikes me as a glass cannon as well.
He is a bit, yeah. He's got a couple of decent abilities, but nothing that's going to trouble anyone.
Do you think it's because, like, I'm just thinking about this, Yondu and Crossbones at the very least, the two of them they're named characters, but they seem to be, in the comics at least, surrounded by minion type characters. So I'm wondering if concept wise, these characters, there's just a ceiling for them that they hit pretty quick because they don't really reach across the aisle. They don't really cooperate with other really great named characters. You know, they tend to be the ones in charge of their minions.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if there's something there.
There could be. I mean, they do reworks not all the time, but there's certainly potential for things like that to rework. And Baku could summon minions, as could Yondu. Well, in fact, Yondu does summon minions. He summons a Stitcher.
The Stitcher.
He
Now
does
that
indeed.
sounds like an interesting character right there, like one that I might want to invest a lot of money in, whale out, if you will.
Well, you could do, or you could just listen to the podcast that he's associated with. What summons does he have? He's got Boomer and Stitcher.
Which
Who
makes
are-
sense.
who
You're
are
going to summon a healer. You're going to summon somebody who does some hitting.
some hitting and some healing. Not much of it, but it's there nonetheless.
There you go.
But yeah, but Nebula's problem. I mean, you can see almost her problem in her description. Villain, cosmic tech brawler. Now, I'm not sure if there's any characters with any less tags or any fewer tags, should I say, than that.
Makes sense.
She's not in a team. You never know, with a new Guardians of the Galaxy movie coming out, she may
Right.
be in that. It could be argued she could have an Avengers tag, but then again, so could everyone.
Yeah.
But she doesn't bring anything to the team. Although one thing you have to say about her is that she can get I can't remember what ability she does on it, but she gets dodges quite a lot when she does.
She's harder to kill.
She's hard to gain 2 evades on her, what I would call her big move. She gets 2 evades, and if you're facing her, that can be, it's a bit of a pain. It's not going to lose you the match, but it's just a bit of a pain, especially if you've got a timer you're up against.
Right.
But she doesn't hit hard. She's very squishy. Her only redeeming features is that, well, she can evade a couple of times on her moves.
So Nebula is absolutely miscast in terms of them not tagging her with the Guardians, because in Guardians 2, she was with them.
Yeah.
Same with Yondu. Is he tagged as a Guardian or no?
He's not. No, he's a Ravager.
I get him being a Ravager, but also he worked with the Guardians almost exclusively in Guardians 2. That to me, that seems like a blind spot. Was Nebula at least part of the Black Order?
Well, of course not. No, because it could be argued she could be there as well.
Yeah, like those aren't hard things to do, Scopely. I mean, come on. All right.
Oh no, they don't do things easily, Scopely. Certainly not.
Wow. Yeah, she really. I mean, you could have at least made her global.
You think?
Or galactic.
Not cosmic.
Yeah. But
Global
okay.
as opposed to cosmic.
Mm-hmm.
She's blue and she's made of metal, for God's sake.
Yeah, well, that's like our globe.
Well, that is very
Iron
true.
core. Yeah.
That's very true, very true.
Yeah. So, all right. So, those are the worst named characters.
That's
what
I
is
say,
the worst character? The one that, like, if you had 99 characters, you would want to make sure this one wasn't one of them.
Well, it's very easy to say Stitcher. That's why I've got 4 red stars. Oh, they could be better used somewhere else. But yeah, Stitcher ain't good. He does healing. Not much of it. Heal most injured. Well, what is he on level 7? Up to 1,000 healing. That ain't great.
No.
Not for him anyway. Again, he's not got many redeeming features. The tech one, if you pair him with the likes of Ultron or Vision, you could get some passive abilities for him. But no.
There's better people to put in there.
Yeah, and
Like, why would I put him there?
yeah, but again, if for some reason you got not thousands, but a good few hundred shards of Stitcher, and you got them up to 7 stars, that will help you unlock a 7-star Star-Lord.
Necessary evil Stitcher.
Necessary evil Stitcher. But how is it you farm him again? Oh no, I can't find out without ranking him up, and I ain't wasting my money on that.
I'm looking at him right now, and it's only orbs.
Only orbs.
Only orbs.
Only orbs. You see, that's where he differentiates from our good friend Boomer, who you can find in the Blitz supply store.
That's true. That's true.
Relatively low amount of currency. So if you need to get a 5th member of a Star-Lord unlock team, as I've done, that's the way to go. And I still cry when I see 6 red stars on him. That wasn't a happy day. I saw it was from an orb opening. I mean, I didn't buy him, for goodness sake. It was from an orb opening, and I saw the gold orb coming down, full of hope, full of joy, full of Christmas cheer, and out pops a Boomer. Take that, Boomer.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I was going to say, honestly.
Infiltrating. Is this a cat or is it a flurkin? Who would know?
Yeah.
Is it a flurkin? The thing that takes Fury's eye?
Yes, that is a flurkin.
A flurkin, yeah. I think that is a
I was
flurkin,
just thinking
to be honest.
That boomers tend to wreck everything over here, so it would make sense that in this game, he would bring you that much disappointment. Ours just keep us from getting nationalized health care.
And you've all got guns as big as that as well.
Well, thank goodness, because that's the best way to chase off COVID. So, all right. Well, great. Now I know what characters to absolutely keep at the bottom of the list and just keep them there, no matter how cool they might sound. Although I got to say, my son will probably want to make an all Wakandan squad. He's crazy for the Wakandans. So,
but that's the thing. Play the game how you want to play it.
Exactly.
I mean, there are people out there that pay literally hundreds and thousands and hundreds of thousands of pounds/dollars, because when it comes to that kind of money, it doesn't matter what currency it's in, unless it's lira, of course, but that's defunct. But they spend that kind of money to get the best characters. It doesn't matter if they've never heard of them or if they don't know who they are. I mean, some of my characters, let's see, who are some of the ones that I've never... Emma Frost. Oh, no, I have heard of her. But that's beside the point. There are some... The X-23, Never heard
Yeah.
of X-23 before
that's-
playing this game. Mr. Sinister, never heard of Mr. Sinister before playing this game. But those are two of the most powerful characters in the game. And people have invested hundreds, thousands, and hundreds of thousands of money currency into these characters because they want to be the best in the game. But hey, if
bless them
you
for
or
it.
anyone else absolutely loves the Ravagers, why not? If any of you guys love Hydra, go for it. I'm not going to judge you. Damian might, but I won't
I
judge
will,
you.
yeah.
Play the game how you want to play it. What gets you the most satisfaction, the most happiness out of it. But but don't buy She-Hulk. She's pretty rubbish as well.
Well, off camera, I'll tell you all about Mr. Sinister and X-23 and why those are actually viably a good reason. There are good reasons why they're both good characters. So, cool. Well, thank you for that. I know who to again sidestep when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. So I appreciate that. Where can people find you on the social medias?
On the social medias, I'll put links in the description. But at
Fantastic.
Pun, I might have a flirkin with me. Who knows? Probably not, though, because she does like to chew the wires, so I won't be broadcasting anywhere. But check out some of my old stuff. At iMcPun, as I say, links in the socials, puns, gaming, the lot.
Nice.
No Nazi stuff.
Appreciate
What about yourself,
that.
Damien? Where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Duh Harmony on most of your socials. You can find, I've got a YouTube channel if you ever want to learn Latin. I also have a podcast called A Geek History of Time. So those are places, and the rest will be in the description. And you can come and check that out. So that works for me. Well, until next time, I dare say, Excelsior.